What really happened to Jungkook BTS during his military service that was never revealed before? The shocking confession from the youngest member left armies around the world stunned and unable to hold back tears. Jungkook, who is known as a strong and passionate figure, is now opening up about the dark burden that weighed on him during his time in the military. What made this beloved man feel oppressed to the point of almost abandoning his national duty? Find out the answer that will tug at your heartstrings in this article. Jungkook, the main vocalist of BTS, recently made an emotional confession that shocked and moved many fans, especially ARMY. In a rare interview revealing his personal side and struggles during his military service, Jungkook shared his deeply felt pressure. He admitted that he felt oppressed and had a very difficult time getting through his days in the military. "This was a very tough experience for me. I felt so burdened and as if I had no control over what was happening. I felt like I couldn't take it anymore and even thought about leaving everything behind," he said, his voice almost breaking as he spoke about those dark times. Jungkook added that although he knew military service was a national duty, the emotional burden he experienced was far heavier than people knew. Armies who heard his confession immediately became worried and empathetic, realizing that their idol, who always appeared so strong, was actually carrying an enormous weight. What was even more surprising was when Jungkook revealed that he had seriously considered leaving his obligation. "There were times when I felt like there was no way out and wanted to disappear from that situation. But the support from the BTS members and ARMY gave me the strength to endure," he continued. This revelation made fans extremely emotional, and some even admitted to crying after reading their idol's confession. ARMYs quickly expressed their love and support on social media, sending heartfelt messages to Jungkook. Many wondered how someone so loved and famous, like Jungkook, could feel so oppressed while carrying out a duty that is meant to be a form of national service. Some observers pointed out that the pressure to maintain BTS's image as the biggest group in the world, coupled with high expectations from fans, might have contributed to his psychological burden. What really happened behind the scenes that made Jungkook feel so oppressed? Does this reflect the darker side of the entertainment world that the public rarely sees? How will BTS face the impact of this revelation on their relationship with fans? Most of these questions remain unanswered, and only time will give clearer answers. One thing is certain, Jungkook has shown the world that even idols who seem strong have personal struggles and challenges that go unseen. Now, ARMY is more ready than ever to offer full support to the youngest member, hoping that he can overcome all of this and shine again in the music world. Although Jungkook confessed that he had received tremendous support from the BTS members and ARMY, he also revealed that his emotional recovery process was not easy. "I know many think I'm strong, but I'm also human who can feel fragile. Sometimes, those feelings come out of nowhere and can't be avoided," he said honestly. This confession opened many people's eyes to the fact that while an idol's life may seem perfect from the outside, the reality is much more complicated. When the spotlight fades and the cameras are turned off, they're left to fight their own personal challenges, including loneliness, pressure, and anxiety that can arise at any time. Jungkook's revelation not only shook armies, but also sparked reactions within the entertainment industry and from Korean culture observers. Some believe that this may serve as a call for change in how the entertainment industry treats its artists. The pressure faced by K-pop idols, including mandatory military service, which forces them to temporarily leave their careers, can increase mental burdens that are often unexpected. However, despite the controversy, many see this as an important step in revealing the hidden realities of an idol's life. Some armies, who might not have fully understood the difficulties Jungkook faced, are now more aware of the greater challenges outside the glamorous world of K-pop. Behind all this openness, there is one very emotional decision that Jungkook made: choosing to stay, even though he felt oppressed. "I know this is part of my journey. I have to keep fighting for myself, for the group, and for ARMY, who has always been there for me," he said with determination. This moment is incredibly meaningful, both for Jungkook and his fans. ARMYs realize how important their support is, and many have expressed their gratitude to Jungkook for his honesty and bravery. They understand that Jungkook is not just an idol who always gives his best on stage, but also a human being with his own struggles. At this point, BTS fans certainly hope that they will continue to support each other, going through every trial that comes their way. ARMYs are now even more convinced that Jungkook's confession will strengthen the bond between them and BTS. The honesty shown by the youngest member may inspire many people to be more open about their own feelings. With all the support received and the ongoing passion, BTS, especially Jungkook, will likely come out stronger than ever. However, one thing is certain: the world of K-pop, and of course their loyal fans, will always support them in every step, both on the big stage and in their more personal journeys. Although Jungkook's confession has sparked various emotions and controversy, it has opened a larger dialogue about mental health and the pressures idols face worldwide. When we hear stories like this, we are reminded that even though they are in the spotlight, idols are ordinary people who also need support and understanding. In this ever-changing world, one thing remains certain: ARMY will always stand by BTS, no matter what happens. After Jungkook BTS's shocking confession about his feelings of oppression during military service, the K-pop entertainment world was shaken by the news, leaving many fans crying, moved, and stunned. However, just like every big piece of news that rocks the public, big questions also arise, troubling the minds of many. Is this story true? Or is it just a media strategy to attract more attention and increase hype? In a world full of information, it's hard to separate reality from sensation. This article invites readers to reflect more deeply on whether Jungkook's emotional confession truly comes from his heart or if it's just part of a narrative designed to draw more attention. Before we delve deeper, let's recall the world's reaction to Jungkook's confession. Many fans immediately felt touched and moved, and some even admitted to crying upon hearing the youngest BTS member's story. Many saw it as a brave step by Jungkook to reveal the struggles that few knew about during his time in the military. They viewed this as a reminder that even idols can experience intense emotional pressure. In moments like these, many of us feel sympathy and empathy, growing closer to the idol we've admired for so long. However, on the other hand, a critical question arises: do we truly know what happened behind the story? We only know what is shared with us, but we don't have direct access to the personal feelings and situations of an artist. When the entertainment world is often cloaked in narratives created by the media, we cannot simply accept everything that is given to us as absolute truth. Is Jungkook's confession a true reflection of his feelings of oppression, or is it just a tactic to create controversy and get more public attention? Although the story is quite touching, we must also ask, can this be verified as reality? In a world where hoaxes and fake news spread easily, we need to be more cautious in assessing every piece of information we receive. Can Jungkook's confession be proven? Or are we only seeing a small part of a much larger story that isn't fully explained? As fans, we certainly want to believe that what Jungkook said is the truth. But we must also be aware that in the entertainment world, everything can be promoted, created, or shaped for a specific purpose. With so many competing media outlets trying to grab attention, it's not uncommon for a story to be exaggerated or made more dramatic to create sensation. Did Jungkook's emotional story truly happen as he described? Or are we simply being fed a script that was prepared to attract more attention? Once again, this question is not meant to doubt or corner Jungkook, but to invite all of us to think more deeply about what we consume and how we view the entertainment world. Do we trust the truth being revealed? Or are we simply swept up in a sensation that may be part of a larger strategy behind the scenes? This is the challenge for us as consumers of information in a world full of sensational news that's not always transparent. What do you think? Is Jungkook's confession a reality, or just a setup to draw media attention?